Get ready to dive into the comic book round, where heroes rise and villains take the helm. We're here to dissect the stories and the art. On source material, we tear the panels apart.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Source Material Comics Podcast. I just wanted to step in here right at the beginning and tell you that this episode went way off the rails. Mark and I usually record 3 episodes all at once on a Sunday night, usually. And by the 3rd book, we tend to get a little silly. And this is a perfect example of one of those episodes. So we're going to be discussing the 3rd volume of Sons of Anarchy, issues 11 through 14. So I'm going to go ahead and do the synopsis right now. So here we go. Sons of Anarchy, Volume 3, issues 11 through 14. Written by Ed Brisson, art by Damian Cusiero, colors by Michael Spicer, and letters by Ed Dukeshire. In Sons of Anarchy issue 11, tensions build between rival motorcycle clubs as Sid, the leader of the Slaughter, meets with Keats, president of the Screaming Dead Motorcycle Club. Sid demands the Screaming Dead patch over to become part of the Slaughter, forgiving a $100,000 debt in exchange. Young member Saint is strongly opposed to the merger. Meanwhile, Jax, Tig, and Happy travel to Arizona to meet with Sam Taz, the Arizona chapter of the Sons, to celebrate President Franco's birthday and ensure the club is steering clear of illegal business. At one of Sam Taz's escort houses, Franco discovers Sid trying to sell meth to Rachel, one of the workers, and proceeds to offer Franco a deal to distribute the drugs in Tucson. Franco, recalling Sam Taz's near destruction by meth, flatly refuses and warns Sid not to deal drugs in Tucson. Sid leaves and Franco fires Rachel. Later that night, Sid visits Keats, furious to learn that Keats quit the club after the members voted to patch over. Sid shoots and kills Keats. As 3 Sam Taz members head home from the party, they are ambushed and killed by the Slaughter. In issue 12, tensions flare at a wake for the slain Sam Taz members. Franco wants immediate revenge, but Jax cautions against reckless action since they are now down 3 men. Franco storms off furious. Meanwhile, Sid convinces Rachel that he will give her a job in exchange for information about Sam Taz's operations, learning where they grow their marijuana. Elsewhere, Matt Aronson, father of one of the victims of a meth lab explosion, is told by police that his son Daniel is dead. Enraged, Matt begins his own quest for revenge. Jax and Franco meet with Sid, who blames Sam Taz for Keats' death and claims the recent killings were in retaliation. Sid offers a truce but demands permission to deal meth in Tucson. Jax refuses to involve any Sons chapter in drug dealing. As tensions rise, Franco warns Jax that this isn't over. Meanwhile, Saint visits Keats' widow, who urges him to leave the club before it destroys him. Saint swears to avenge Keats' death once he knows the truth. Rachel, meanwhile, at the direction of Sid, betrays Sam Taz by reporting their drug operations to the police. Outside the Slaughter's clubhouse, Saint is ambushed by Matt, who holds a gun to his head. In issue 13, a Sons marijuana grow house is raided by the ATF in Tucson, raising tensions within Sam Taz. Saint arrives at the Sam Taz clubhouse, explaining to Jax and Franco that Rachel tipped off the police and revealing he suspects Sid is responsible for Keats' death. Saint offers to be a mole within the Slaughter to bring them down. To prove his loyalty, he presents Matt Aronson, tied up in his trunk, offering him as a resource to locate Sid's meth labs. Franco, still distrustful, storms out. Franco later meets with Sid and in a shocking turn agrees to distribute meth, tired of playing by the rules. Meanwhile, Matt reveals to Jax, Tig, and Happy that his son Daniel kept a list of Sid's meth labs. Matt, guilt-ridden for his son's involvement in the drug trade, wants to set things right, though Jax admits he still doesn't fully trust him. It's also revealed that Sid orchestrated the robbery of the Screaming Dead's product, setting off the chain of events that led to Keats' death. That night, Franco confronts Rachel at her trailer and kills her in cold blood, eliminating the informant. In issue 14, Sid prepares for a meeting with Franco, planning to deliver meth for distribution. He warns his men not to trust Franco and to be ready for anything. Meanwhile, Jax, Tig, Happy, and Matt locate another of Sid's meth labs and burn it to the ground. Outside the meeting site, Saint shoots one of the Slaughter's men, revealing that he and Franco are secretly working together against Sid. At another meth lab, Jax and the others are spotted, sparking a gunfight. Sid, informed of the attack, rushes to the scene with a few men while the rest are delayed by a police roadblock. At the lab, Sid ambushes Jax, Tig, Happy, and Matt, taking them hostage inside. As tensions rise, Saint arrives, but Sid grows suspicious of his loyalty. A brutal shootout erupts inside and outside the meth lab. Matt is shot in the abdomen, but the Sons ultimately gain the upper hand, capturing Sid and his men. With Sid and his gang lined up in the yard, Matt, realizing he is dying from his wound, asks Jax for a gun. In a final act of vengeance, Matt shoots Sid, avenging his son's death. Later, Jax and Franco officially welcome Saint into Sam Taz. Jax reflects on the Sons' endless cycle of trouble, reminding Franco that while chaos may always find them, they will face it together as a family. All right, here we go. Volume 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Source Material Comics Podcast. We are getting ready to get into our final discussion on the third volume of Sons of Anarchy. This is going to be issues 11 through 14. We have been back to charming, hanging out with this motorcycle club, Mark Radulich. Are you ready to talk some more Sons of Anarchy?
Yes, this particular series of comics takes place between seasons 4 and 5. The exact way this is written is Sons of Anarchy Volume 3 takes Kurt Sutter's beloved television series and ties season 4 and 5 together with an all-new original story.
All right. It's not wasting time here.
The guy who runs the Arizona Sam Crow, I thought was Opie for half the story.
That's unfortunate. I did a double take and I was like, oh, this is Franco.
Right. I had to reread a couple of pages and go, oh, this is a wholly new character. They drew exactly like Opie.
Yes, they did. Bikers, all shapes and sizes.
There are some, Clay looks like, what's his face?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman has a distinctly Cro-Magnon look. You know who Clay is. Chibbs has the scars on his face. Tig looks like a hobo fucked a grease stain and a bird made a nest in his hair.
Accurate.
Jax has blonde hair. And Bobby Elvis, come on, we know what Bobby Elvis looks like.
Right. We saw Opie in the last volume. The story right before this one, I completely get what you're saying. Like I said, bikers come in all shapes and sizes. The only thing that really separates this one, Franco, from Opie is a couple more wrinkles. Maybe a scar or two on the face, but that's it. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. I had to do a double take myself. Opie is not in this comic.
No, he is not. He's not yet appearing in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, in this volume, anyway.
In this volume.
He was in the last story, at least. But, yes, we got Franco, the Tucson, Arizona chapter president. That's kind of what we're going to focus on here a little bit. I mean, Jax is going to be involved and some other members of the Sons. I want a 6-issue story. Not 6. It could be 2-issue story of Happy. And I really hope we get that later on down the road. Of all the Sam Crow members, the one that's always been a mystery to me is Happy. Happy's always kind of been.
Didn't he start off as a nomad and then they brought him in early on?
I always thought he was there.
Yeah, I felt like Happy didn't start off as a permanent member and they brought him in a little bit later. He could do all the dirty work, and that's
he was the big dude, right?
But I would totally dig a Happy prequel.
I agree. Just to learn a little bit more. I want that character fleshed out.
Right. If they're sitting at the table, like, we need a spin-off of Sons of Anarchy. How they landed on Mayans, I'll never know. When Happy was right there.
All right. Issues 11 through 14.
I'm not watching Mayans, Jesse. I don't care how many times you ask.
I never said a word about it. You've got something you need to work out with somebody. Somebody continues to bother you about this. You can do that with me. Or if you want to talk to ChatGPT and tell them about it too, I understand.
Can I tell you how I have been telling ChatGPT all my problems lately?
You're not alone.
I told you a podcast or two ago that I've been doing part-time work as doing online therapy. And I would tell my clients, like, look, I know, we can only talk once a week for 45 minutes, but shit happens and you're not always able to get a hold of me, or, we're a couple of days away from a session. Just go on ChatGPT. And I said it to a few different people, and one of them said, like, you're going to put yourself out of a job.
Right.
They're not wrong. I can't tell you how many times I've had to work through an issue using ChatGPT, and it's been a lifesaver.
When you said that to me, I have seen at least 2 or 3 other posts within the last week or two of people who have said, I cannot thank ChatGPT enough for helping me work through some shit. And one of which was a video that was posted to, I think, Twitter. And it was a girl doing therapy through ChatGPT. She got on there and professed how much it's helped her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of all the things we expected a chatbot to do, therapy wasn't one of them, but everybody needs somebody that they can just unload on and get a response that's not judgmental.
I use it mainly for, like, an incident happens and I don't know how to respond, or I do know how to respond, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And that's what I'm using it for. So like something will happen with say Melissa, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to tell her she's a bag of dicks. That's not the right response. So I'll put the situation in ChatGPT and I'm like, what do I do? And when I don't understand someone's behavior, I throw it in the ChatGPT and like explain this to me. And they're like, okay, she's doing this and this and this and this. That's why she's doing that.
Wow.
Oh, well, that makes total sense. Okay, well, I want to call her a cunt. Well, you can't do that. The best thing to do is to ignore it because she's doing it for this reason. And if you call her a cunt, you're validating.
You're not. Yeah, you are not ignoring it.
Right. And I go, thank you, ChatGPT. It sucks being the bigger man.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really useful like that.
I love to hear the fact that you're using that not as a barrier, but a sounding board. You know, and
I get
awesome.
truly perplexed by some things that Melissa does, you know, like choices that she makes and things she says to me. And sometimes even with Jen too, like Jen will do something. It's easy to just throw a diagnosis on somebody and go, well, that's why she's doing that. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't help you in the moment. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, but even if I do understand it, I know why it's happening. I don't know what to do about it. Right. You know, and sometimes it's just like having that reassurance that doing nothing, maintaining your boundaries, communicating directly are always the right answer. I still kind of need it reinforced. So that's where ChatGPT comes in handy.
Nice. I use it to summarize my notes. We're getting into a synopsis completely written by ChatGPT on my notes.
ChatGPT because everyone hates it.
No, it must be read by a human being in order for it to be palpable
I think
to somebody's
you should start
ears. Fucking
with people and be like, fine, I won't have ChatGPT read it and have Mongo come on and do it, but have him do it in the Mongo voice. Jack's ride cycle.
That's perfect. I ought to throw these notes in. As a matter of fact, let's just take a second. Let's go to ChatGPT. Mongo from the... Wait a second. Hold on just a moment. Let me go over here. ChatGPT. Do your best to describe what Mongo is.
Mongo is a simple caveman that refers to himself in the first person.
All right, great. Here we go. So what we want to do, I just need to highlight this and
you're gonna
rewrite
it as written by Mongo.
All right, here you go, Mark, just like you wanted.
Hang on. Can you text it to me?
Can I text you what it's going to say? Or?
Text me what it just gave you.
All right. Are you going to read it? Because if so, that's great. I would love that.
This is going to be the TikTok for this video.
This is why AI exists right here. All right. I can't wait. This is great. All right. Yes. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to try not to laugh.
Mongo say, big trouble come in Sons of Anarchy story. Sid, boss of the slaughter, meet Keats, leader of the Screaming Dead motorcycle. There's too many words for this. Motorcycle club. Sid say, join us, and we forget big debt you owe. Young man saint not happy with this plan. Jack's taking this. It's too smart. Mongo only uses like 3-word sentences and 1-syllable words.
All right, hold on. Dumb it down further. That's what I put. Let's see. It's thinking. It's simplifying the language. Converting complexity.
We're fucking launching a rocket.
Big trouble happened. Sid, boss of bad biker gang, called the slaughter. Tell Keats, leader of the Screaming Dead Club, join us and we forget big debt. Young man saint, not like this. Now I sound like a Native American.
What are you, Chief Strongbow? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Go ahead. Just text me the text.
Here it comes. It's going to go right here.
Is that what she said?
It's going to go right where you poop today.
At house with lady, Franco sees Sid trying to sell bad drugs to a woman named Rachel. Sid asks Franco to help sell drugs in town. Franco say, no, tell Sid to leave. Sid get mad. He go Keats, quick club after vote to join Sid. Sid kill Keats. Later. Slaughter, attack and kill some Sam Taz men. Franco want revenge now.
Yes, he does.
Jack say, be careful, we have less men. Franco get angry and leave.
Yes.
Sid trick Rachel. Promise her job if she tells secrets about Sam Taz. She tell him where they grow plants. Man named Matt find out his son died from bad drugs. Matt very angry, want payback.
Yes, he does.
I have to read this whole thing.
Oh, okay, Mark. You had no commitment to the bit. You want dumb this down to one paragraph.
Yeah,
How's that?
50 words or less.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That's your bit all the way. Give me 50 words or less summarizing all of this like Mongo.
I like how now Mongo's a character in artificial intelligence.
Clarifying violence guidelines. Here you go. The greatest summary in source material history. Hold on, it's not done yet. I don't think this is it.
Okay.
The greatest summary, the greatest AI summary in source material history.
All right. My mouth is wide open.
Summarizing 11 through 14.
We had friends come over on Saturday night, and the female of the pair, like her catchphrase is, "I'm a potato, I just exist." So,
okay.
So now there's a group chat with me, her husband, and Jen, and she changed her nickname in the group chat to a potato emoji.
Nice. That's solid. That's good.
She's a good girl.
All right. The greatest 4-issue summary in source material history.
Mongo read synopsis. Big man Sid make big trouble. He killed Keats and attacked Son's friends. Jackson friends fight back. Saint help them. Big fight happen. Matt lose, Son want revenge. In end, Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say, we face trouble together like Fast and Furious.
Yes, that's right. Mongo's a big thing in Fast and Furious. That's right.
Mongo read good.
There it is, Mark Radulich. The synopsis for issues 11 through.
I'm going to make a ruling.
14.
Judge Radulich, my gavel. Judge Radulich, the ruling. You can continue to use artificial intelligence to summarize your podcast, to summarize your plot synopsis. And you can record, AI reading it out loud, even though no one wants you to do that. But you have to do it as Mongo.
No, it has to be done as Mongo.
Take it, put it into Suno, and the genre is African drums.
And
the singer the singer is a caveman. Bad man Sid make big trouble. He killed Gates and attacked Son's friends.
If I had 5 minutes of your time right now, we'd do it. We could do that and just see what the hell happens. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so first off, I am going to share my screen so you can walk me through what you want me to do here. I want to share audio. It's ready to go. All right, so we're going to create, and you want just African drums?
No, it doesn't have to be African. Rhythmic tribal drums.
Rhythmic tribal drums.
Right.
We want deep male vocal.
The singer has to be, if you can do simple caveman with deep voice.
Caveman vocals with deep voice. Yep. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's probably going to fall flat on his face. It's not going to be good. And then what else? Are we just throwing the lyrics in? What you just read?
Yeah.
This is what you just read. So I think I can just paste it. Let me see. Yeah. That's perfect. All right, let's break it up a little bit here. He killed Keats.
I would say every sentence is break it down by line. Okay.
Jack's Saint helped him. Big fight happened. Matt lose Son want revenge. And Sid die and Matt die. Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family.
Yep. Family is Fast and Furious.
Family is Fast and Furious. Hold on. I got something
to add. The last line is Mongo read good.
Mongo read good. I got something I want to add.
Okay.
Good. Room.
I'm so glad I told Jen there was no way I was getting to bed before midnight.
All right. Here we go. I don't know if it's going to create a title or if it's going to make me, but either way, this is the way things roll. Anything else you want to add to the style before we create?
I do not. No.
He does not. All right.
Well, no, because if I let you add to this, it'll be a dubstep song about pizza.
All right. So it looked like it kept our rhythmic tribal drums, caveman vocals with deep voice down here. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Sid.
Batman Sid, ladies and gentlemen. Our first generation. Let's see what kind of trash this thing throws out.
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed Keats and attacks those friends. Jackson friends fight back. Saint help the big fight happen. Matt lose Son want revenge. In answer by Matt die. Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family is Fast, Furious. Mongo read good. Vroom, vroom.
Not quite what I wanted, but
no,
pretty
let's
funny.
try this next generation. Let's see if anything happens.
Sid, make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. Jackson friends fight backs and help them. Big fight happen. Matt lose son wants revenge. And Sid die. Matt die. Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast, furious, Mongolian food. Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom.
Batman Sid made big trouble.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
But change the vocals.
Okay.
Because it's not understanding what we want. Put guttural, deep vocal.
Jeez, guttural.
Yeah.
Deep vocals. Spelled guttural.
Take rhythmic drums, guttural, deep vocal.
I'm trying to think of. I'm gonna put only and just see what it does.
Okay.
Just see if that's kind of what we want, right?
As much as I enjoy the hip hop stylings of Mungo.
Yeah, I just want drums. Just
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Bad
Here we
Man
go.
Sid, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we get.
Why is it every time we get together this happens?
I knew that we weren't going to have a whole lot to say, and that's all right. Here we go.
Here we go. Bad
Bad
Man
Man
Sid.
did.
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. Jackson friends fight back saying help.
That's not good.
Not what we wanted.
Only ripping drums, Suno. Come on.
Batman make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. And Jackson friends fight back saying help them. Big fight happen. Now lose some more revenge. And Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast and furious. Mongolian good.
I don't know why, but everything's got to be a damn dance song. Well, anyway.
You realize Bad Man Sid now has to go on Rattlers and Broadcasting Network, the album, right?
Bad Man Sid. He
Bad Man
makes big
Sid.
trouble.
That last one's probably the best of all of these. It's the closest to what we were going for, at least.
I'll take it.
Start over again.
All right, here we go.
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. And Jackson friends fight back saying help them. Big fight happen. Now lose some more revenge. And Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast and furious. Mongolian good. Vroom vroom.
Do me a favor. Try one more iteration and put only Tom's drum.
Tom's drums?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's Tom?
My God.
Okay, does Tom own the drums? Do I put an apostrophe in there? I mean, I'm serious. Is it just T-O-M-S, like no apostrophe?
T-O and oh my God. Hang on.
Hey, only Tom's drums.
Stop. You're hurting me.
Bad Man Sid. Only Tom's drums.
Batman Sid. I forgot how to present.
Make big trouble.
Big trouble.
Get off Tom's drums.
These are Tom's.
Is that spelled T-A-M-A or is that something different?
I'm spelling it. You can spell T-O-M-S.
Not possessive Tom's drums.
A tom drum, also known as a tom-tom, is a cylindrical drum with no snares named from the Anglo-Indian Sinhala language. So there you go, you racist.
Only Tom's drums.
So I ever tell you about tomfoolery? It's like, oh, there was no tomfoolery, and my friend's like, who's that?
Whatever it was, he wasn't there. There was no tomfoolery.
We didn't know where he was or Chuck.
All right, Bad Man Sid, iteration 3.
Whatever this is, we're taking it because
It's only Tom's drums.
shut up.
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. Jackson friends fight back, say help them. Big fight happen. Man lose son more revenge. In end, Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast and furious. Mongolian good. Vroom vroom.
I don't know if that's what we're looking for. What the fuck is with the...
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed kids and attack Sons' friends. Jackson friends fight back, saying help them. Big fight happened. Matt lose son, want revenge. In end, Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast and furious. Mongolian good. Vroom vroom.
Cut, print, we got it.
All right.
Keep going.
This is a 2-minute. Let's see what happens here, because it's got to go back through it again.
Everybody do the SOA.
I'm on my Harley.
Batman Sid make big trouble. He killed Keats and attacked Sons' friends. Jackson friends fight back, saying help them. Big fight happen. Matt lose son want revenge. It ends. Sid die. Matt die. Sons when they say we face trouble together like family. Family's fast and furious.
It's making up its own shit. Oh my god! That first of all, please put that on Rattlegion Broadcasting Network, the album. That is fantastic.
Right now, immediately.
Oh
my gosh!
This is an impromptu sessions. I need that to put up on TikTok. That is fan-fucking-tastic.
Vroom, vroom. I wish I had the time. All I would want to do is take that and put pictures like I did with some of the other shit of the comic. And every time it said vroom, vroom, it would just showed like Jackson them on a motorcycle. And then
you
sit on a motorcycle.
Absolutely need to put together a video and put it on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is fantastic. There you go.
Hold on. We'll do Caveman on a
Monko's
motorcycle.
first rap single.
Motorcycle. Oh my god. Wait a second. Caveman on a chopper.
Hip-hop caveman on a motorcycle.
A hip-hop caveman on a motorcycle? Okay.
Hip-hop caveman on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. As part of a motorcycle gang. Wearing leather. I'm just curious if it'll take this whole prompt, tell me to shove it up my ass, or if it'll actually create something. See what Mongo looks like according to AI here. Oh, I mean, that looks like Opie.
Any way to blow that up anymore?
I can get it closer. I don't know if it'll let me grab and drive it.
Adam Copeland. It's Edge.
It's Edge. Edge. On this day, I see clearly. I'm vroom, vroom down the road.
Yeah, that's perfect. Now you get a clear look at that picture.
got
That is fucking fantastic. Yeah, you're gonna
everything coming your
fucking
way.
Song when we're done. All right,
my stomach stopping. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yep.
Stop screaming. There it is. Look.
That was a plus synopsis, by the way.
Batman Sid made trouble. Okay, all right, and then Sid died, Matt dies, Sons win. That's the end of the last 4 issues that we were talking about. I must tag Ed Brisson when we tweet this out, because we'd be like, hey, dude, we summed it all up right here.
Today on your comic is what we did.
We pooped the day all over it. Wow.
My
all
thoughts
right.
on the actual issue. Sid, as the leader of the Slaughter, is a really
The Slaughter
is a really shitty character. Not a badly written character. When we talked about the villains that were in Sons of Anarchy, like Stahl and the state attorney, they were all kind of quasi-sympathetic. Not so much Stahl, but the rest of them, you can kind of see where they were coming from. You understood what they were after. So it's like you're in this position of rooting for the ne'er-do-wells. Traditional good and evil is just on its head. He's so bad. Even some of the gangster people in Sons of Anarchy, like, I can see where the Irish are coming from, where this one's coming from, where Damon Pope is coming from. You know, I understood like where the Mexican cartel, you know, why they were doing what they're doing. Like, this guy is just a bag of shit. It was like they animated a bag of shit and gave it a name and called it Sid.
He was a jerk.
I'm thinking in my head canon, this is Sid from Toy Story. And that's what all grown up. He's now dealing meth and all kinds of bad stuff is happening. And it's all because they fucked with him.
Right. The other character we get in here is Franco, the Opie lookalike. That
I was going to say that's a reincarnation of Opie.
Yeah. He's running this Sam Taz chapter, and they're trying to make things legit, which is interesting. They're trying to keep out of stuff. Sid's obviously kind of pushing this drug agenda on him, and Jax and the rest of the guys come up, and they're trying to support Franco. But Franco does some, as far as the character goes, at first you're like, well, this guy, he's trying to stay on the up and up. And then, I don't know, I think it was issue 3 where you start to think, oh, well, maybe he's not, because he finds that one girl that reports the growing operation to the feds or to the police and then shoots her. At least I thought somehow they're going to swerve this or something, but no.
Swerve, bruh.
I thought maybe at the end I actually didn't kill her, but no, he put bullet in her. You're thinking this guy is a stand-up guy, and then all of a sudden you see him take this dark turn. He's so fed up with all the stuff going on. 3 of his members get mowed down. He finally is just like at a break. He finally goes to Sid and he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm in. I'm trying to be a good guy. I can't be a good guy and an outlaw at the same time. I'm not a good outlaw. Or no, I'm not a good guy. That is a
big, going all the way back to Opie in season 1. Opie tries to go straight, ends with his wife dying. Jax tries to get the club out of running guns. It ends with him having to kiss an 18-wheeler. It's just one thing after another. It's a weird theme they ascribe to this show of it's better to be an outlaw than to be straight. Straight gets you killed. That's not the lesson that you should be learning from this. Talk to an actual prisoner. Time doesn't pay, rather.
Well, that's kind of like what you're saying with Saint, who is this member of the Screaming Dead, and then ends up being the one guy who's like, I don't know if Sid is exactly who he says he is. He goes to talk to the guy's widow, Keats, which, by the way, yeah, Keats dead. They had said so in the song. But Keats is...
Keats made trouble.
Keats died. So he goes to talk to his widow, and his widow's like, get out.
Right.
You're going to wind up dead. She's obviously upset her husband is dead because he was involved in the biker life and doing all this shady stuff. Trying to get out just doesn't work. So she was like, just leave, get out of this before anything happens to you. The more you fight against it, the more likely it is that you're going to end up dead. Luckily, that doesn't happen. Not to our good buddy Saint, though. He ends up getting patched in to the Sam Crow chapter there of Tucson. But anyway, regardless, I would probably say this is my second favorite story. It was decent. It was a 4-issue story of what's happening for some people surrounding the area and kind of mirrors what Jax is going through.
This definitely felt like an unaired episode of Sons of Anarchy. It's so far it's the one that's the most focused on Jax, even though he's still not the main character of this thing. Influence over Franco wanting to do right by him, Jax trying to fix things, in the periphery, in the background because everything's going tits up. It's a very Sons of Anarchy episode.
All right, well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is our discussion on our third and final.
No, we'll come back in a few months and do 4, 5, and 6.
That's right.
Here, let me just throw this out there. I kind of said this at the beginning of podcast number 1. I'm always looking for different crime books to read. Some of them we review together, like some of the Brubaker stuff. This didn't need to be Sons of Anarchy, the TV show. I enjoyed this just fine. It's weird that, like, I don't want to watch a TV show with these guys, but read a comic book full of ne'er-do-wells and drug dealers and motorcycle outlaws. I'm way into it. Like, genuinely enjoyed reading these, but because I genuinely enjoy this genre of
Fair
my
enough.
comic. My television needs to be better than this.
Well, all right, very good. Well, let's go ahead and get into plugs, man. What do we got going on?
You can hear Badman Sid on my TikTok momentarily. The at Mark Radledge on TikTok. We're at W2M Network on YouTube, and that's our landing page, W2M Network. And then on all strictly audio podcast catchers, I am Radledge and Broadcasting Network.
Right,
I am also sleepy.
He is very sleepy, ladies and gentlemen. So am I. I'm ready to get out of here. Mark is too. That's Mark. I'm Jesse. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us. All of this would not be possible without W2Mnet.com, so make sure to seek them out for more podcasts. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please feel free to share, and we look forward to entertaining you again soon.
Batman Sid made big trouble. He killed Keats and attacked Sons' friends. Jax and friends fight back, saying help them. Big fight happened. Matt lose son, want revenge. In and Sid die, Matt die sons. When they say we face trouble together like family. Families fast and furious. Mummery good, vroom vroom. and Sid make big trouble. He killed Keats and attacked Son's friends. Jax and friends fight back, saying help them, big fight happen. Matt lose Son, want revenge. And Sid die, Matt die, Sons win. They say we face trouble together like family. Families fast and furious, Mongo read good, vroom vroom. Vroom vroom, baby, vroom vroom vroom.